Segment 1, Halima, journalist.
I'm Halima Kahie, station manager Wajir Community Radio in Wajir County. I was born and brought up in Wajir County.
Wajir County is in northeastern Kenya, bordering Ethiopia and Somalia. The largest town in the area is Wajir Town, where Halima lives. As manager of Wajir Community Radio, Halima uses the power of radio to change people's lives.
An informed society is a developed society. So if we don't inform our society, then we will not develop. So what keeps us moving is that passion we have for the society. We need to change. We can also educate our people, inform them, entertain them.
There has been a civil war in neighboring Somalia for over 20 years, and this has caused hundreds of thousands of people to seek shelter in Kenya as refugees. Halima uses radio to help her people.
So the radio played a very big role in terms of peacekeeping. We used the radio to educate the people on the importance of our peaceful existence. There's no need fighting each other.
This arid region is prone to drought, which causes food shortages. Through the radio, the community can receive life-saving information, and it provides a platform for everyone's voice to be heard.
The thing is, radio, it is for the ears. And this community, this society, they are pastoralist one, and they are 90% illiterate. Even if they buy the newspaper, they cannot read. The other thing, the television itself, which language is being used to broadcast? It is either English or Kiswahili, of which they don't understand. Our logo is voice to the voiceless. They want to air their voice. What channel will they use? So this radio station, we usually air their voice where they have challenges.
Helping people through journalism was a job Halima had always dreamed of.
One day, as we were listening to the radio, there's a mother who cried. All my things, all my belongings has been swept away by the floods. Through the journalist, her plight will be heard. So if I want to work for the entire nation, what will I be? Then journalist, so that I can voice their voices.
But Halima had her own obstacles to overcome. Her father did not want her going to school.
For us, mostly, the Somalis, we don't educate our girls. If you go to the schools, the ratio between boys to girls, it's very low. They get married at the age of 13, 14. But for me, I was lucky. I was taken to school by my mom.
Halima's mother was determined her only daughter should get an education.
My dad was a polygamous. I have 11 of my step-brothers and sisters. None of them went to school except me. So my mother, she insisted that I should go to school.
Without her mother's dedication to her education, her life would have been very different.
By now, I would have been someone who is living in the bush, taking after the cattle, the goats, maybe with many children, as many as maybe 15.
At school, Halima thrived. She soon won a scholarship to a secondary school in Garissa, a 6-hour drive away.
So I was taken to school at the age of 10. Later on, I went to Garissa for my high school. Then I went for journalism college. Later on, in the year 2007, I joined the university to pursue my degree. So currently, I've completed my degree in political science and communication.
Halima began a successful career in Nairobi, Kenya's capital city, working for major radio and television stations. But she knew she wanted to go back to Wajir to make a difference.
The passion I had for journalism made me come back to Wajir. For the last 50 years, northern Kenya has been marginalized. The northern part, in terms of development, in terms of education, everything, we have been marginalized.
Now, Halima and her team often do reports and host discussions to promote education, particularly for girls.
The biggest challenge girls are facing, one, is early marriages. Parents wish to marry off their daughters at early age. If someone is from a poor family and there's someone who wants to marry her and is very rich, that parent will not look at the education of his daughter, but he has to look for that money. The other thing is the culture, that a girl should be at home doing the household chores than going to education. So mostly they prefer their girls to stay at home than sending them to school.
Besides promoting education through the radio, Halima works directly in the community to encourage girls and their parents.
We usually go around to the schools to do career advice so that we can tell them, you must take your daughters to school. If you don't take your daughters to school, that means in future what will happen to them? If you go to school, study hard, work hard, and dedicate your time, for that 8 years, you can be a role model in Wajir County.
Many people in Wajir are pastoralists, meaning they depend on raising livestock for their livelihood. So as a journalist, Halima produces a weekly report from Wajir Cattle Market about current prices and other important livestock news.
We have been coming to this market to interview them for what is happening, what is going on, and they have been airing their grievances.
Halima also knows by being a strong female leader in her community, she's having a positive impact on men's attitudes to girls' education.
All these guys, they know me by the name because there's a radio station. When we came in, everyone was like, are you Halima? So they are not surprised. They are now used to, there are so many journalists. We are very many, we are almost 3 girls. And I think they are not surprised because we are our daughters, they are daughters. So these are our fathers, our brothers. They are going to educate a lot of girls because they have seen educating a girl is educating the whole nation.
Halima now manages a team of 20 people who broadcast in 4 different languages 24 hours a day.
We are training them to become a journalist of the future.
Halima was a good role model for me because in the community we come from, it's not easy to go for some careers and like the media.
First, we train them on the equipments. They know how to use the mixer, how to use the microphone, how to use the recorder, how to edit using the computer.
Halima hopes the next generation can do even more.
I got married in the year 2004. My husband is a medical doctor. I'm blessed with 3 daughters. God willing, all my children will have to finish their education and join the university so that they can change the life of our society in Wajir County.
Halima will always remember how she almost missed out on an education.
Because I was denied the right to go to school, I have seen, okay, if you are given that chance, if you are educated, what can you contribute to your society? So that passion made me to come back to Wajir County and be the leader of this radio station.